You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, and you are listening to Movies Till Midnight. That's the name of the show. And I'm joined here by my guest. We want to go around. Everyone is actually here today, which is great. So we have Bryce, we have Andrew.
Hey.
And we have Ella.
Hello.
How are we all doing today?
I'm very good. How are you, Danny?
I'm pretty good.
Wonderful.
So we have a lot to talk about today. We have a very, very eventful show. So we're going to go to a break in a second, but Andrew, you made a TikTok that you said you wanted to tell people about.
Yeah.
You want to tell people about it.
I wanted to share, so this is interesting. So I was at a little cast party for the show that I was in, Pride and Prejudice, and our friend Jared Tauber, a fellow member of this here radio station, we were at his house. He has a movie theater in his home.
So jealous.
We were blown away. We were so surprised. So me and my friend Lucy, we made a little TikTok with the Nicole Kidman AMC theater opening, with the movie theater. It was a lot of fun. I thought I would share. I think it's a fun little cute story.
That is very fun. I was wondering where it was that you were at. I was like,
yeah, we were at Jared Tauber's house.
Nice. He has a nice house then.
It's really beautiful.
Like the cinema sign brings it
in. Yeah.
That's Andrew's thing. Does anyone else have anything else quick and tiny to talk about before we go to our first quick break? No?
Keke Palmer is pregnant.
Oh, congrats. Yeah. Announced on SNL.
Yeah. That's good
Congrats.
for her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's probably listening, so congrats.
If
congrats,
you're listening,
Keke.
you should tell your kid to do an interview when they're born. I know the child won't be able to talk for a few years from now, probably, but still. The only thing I had to talk about was that Disney unearthed Oswald the Rabbit for the first animated short featuring the character in, I think, did I write it down? I didn't. 90-something years, 94 years, I think. So, for the studio's 100th anniversary, I think. So that was pretty cool. We're going to be talking a lot about Disney today because that's what most of our news is about. But first, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Hey, you're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, where music stays cool. Cooler than a dog on a skateboard. Okay, I take that back, but we're still pretty cool.
Right now, we all might feel a little disconnected. For seniors living alone with smaller social circles, feelings of loneliness and isolation can feel overwhelming. But there's something we can all do to help. Connect with your older loved one virtually and have the conversation of a lifetime with StoryCorps Connect. Anyone can conduct an interview, and every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history. Connect, honor, share at storycorpsconnect.org/AARP. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
In the Loop is a weekly email sent to all students every Sunday afternoon during the regular semester. It features upcoming events and programs hosted by clubs and organizations, colleges and schools, and departments on campus. These events are pulled from Engage, a portal where you can log in and see what's happening on campus any day, anytime.
Maybe we get to the AMC.
In addition to the chronological listing of events for the coming week, In the Loop also features ongoing opportunities, such as the Group X schedule, encouraging you to listen to the radio station on campus, or to get involved with the SGA, to name a few. We encourage all students to read In the Loop, as it's a great way to see what's happening and how you can get involved on campus.
Sunday, from 11 to 12 noon on Upper Montclair WMSC, we have Deer Hollow Heroes with Ben Petrick, Leah Meekum, and Rob Kelly, where we talk about sports and stuff.
God, you're a cornball.
Bro, you look like you're a mouth breather.
You suck!
You are terrible! WMSC Upper Montclair, bro. This is why you're not going to be in Season 3!
But you should probably watch it, though.
Listen.
That was a really strange PSA, what was that, promo? That was very strange, but I am very happy about it. Welcome back if you're just joining. What day was it last week? It was sometime last week, and Disney, the wonderful content machine that is the Walt Disney Corporation, decided to bless us with a ton of trailers. So which one do we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about the first one on our doc?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, the first one on our doc is a movie I've been looking forward to for my entire life, basically.
Just about.
Just about, yeah, basically, since 2004, since I was born.
That's right.
Indiana Jones 5, The Dial of Destiny. Did we all see the trailer for this?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh
I am
my
going to
gosh.
say we are probably going to get into spoilers for the trailer, so if you haven't seen the trailer or don't want to, then I would strongly suggest watching it or not. I don't know if you don't care about spoilers, whatever, but wow. I can't believe it's real.
It's happening. I feel like this is so interesting to finally hear about this, because this movie, it feels like it's been in the works for like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, I heard about, like, I would type in Indiana Jones, forever ago, and it would come up this little, like, no profile picture thing, and then it was like Indiana Jones 5, and it was like,
they've been talking about this for you. I remember in like it was supposed to come out in 2019.
Yeah.
I remember Chris Pratt was gonna be in it instead, and then everyone got mad. That was before he was in every movie.
Right.
So they've been talking about this for a while. But yeah, what we're on to the actual trailer. It's actually let's step even further back. What do we think about the fact that Harrison Ford's coming back now that he's 80 years old?
Oh my gosh!
What do we think about that?
I think it's really cool for him to like kind of tie the knot on his character. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the only thing that makes sense. Really, he doesn't really work with anybody else.
Yeah.
Right. I completely agree. You can't have the Indiana Jones without.
Yeah. He
Harrison
really
Ford.
is the character. Honestly, I would agree with that. Yeah, I think he can pull it off. I mean, it looks like, just based on the trailer, we see him doing like some action type stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's gonna be like, stunt double stuff.
Oh yeah, I don't know. The CGI with him on the horse was really bad, but maybe they'll fix it. Did you notice that?
On the horse, like his face like slides off of his head for like,
really?
for like half a frame.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't.
It's one of those things where
see
like
that.
you have to be paying attention to it and like going kind of frame by frame, but it's definitely there.
I saw it.
Yeah.
And then, are you gonna?
No,
I was gonna talk about when they like de-aged him.
Yeah,
Which
I was
really
gonna
good,
say that.
really good.
Yeah.
The de-aging looks really good, and again, keep in mind, it looks really good. This is the first trailer. This is the teaser trailer. The movie doesn't come out until June, so they still have 6 full months to make the CGI look even better, and it already looks, for the most part, pretty convincing. So I am very confident. What do we think about the title? The Dial of Destiny, because
sounds interesting.
I've heard a lot of people on the interweb not being too pleased with the title and saying it sounds kind of weird.
I think it's like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
I agree.
I have a little prediction about based on the title. I'm assuming it has something to do with some kind of like weird ancient sundial, and then like there was talks of like the moon race being because it's around what it takes place I guess in the 50s. You know what I mean?
The plot synopsis that's official. The actual plot synopsis, not the one that Reddit seems to think is accurate. The official plot synopsis is that it's the 1969 moon landing.
Oh, yes.
And there's ex World War II bad guys hiding in NASA or something.
Okay.
And they're trying to. It's kind of unclear what they're gonna do, but there's rumors of time travel, allegedly. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens, but yeah. What do you?
I don't know. Okay, I'll say what I said before. I think that like time travel, like they couldn't come up with any more ideas. So like let's just go back in time. But then I also feel like it fits because this is like the first movie in a couple years, so it's like maybe we should go back, a little nostalgic moment.
Yeah, I agree, and I think with the technology, with the de-aging thing, like it didn't look that bad in the trailer. I was pretty pleased, so I can see how that sort of stuff kind of comes into play. And yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm very excited for this movie. I love Indiana Jones. Yeah. I love the whole even when you go to Disney, they have that little Indiana Jones stunt show or whatever. It's so cool. It's so much fun. Just what a cool.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I think like Indiana Jones was one of my heroes, like growing up. You know what I mean? Like that was the guy that you wanted to be.
Yeah,
so
I have always stood by more than Star Wars, more than anything else. Indiana Jones is probably my favorite movie series. Not my favorite movies, just my favorite series, just in general. I like all of them to a certain extent. Even Crystal Skull. Most people don't like Crystal Skull. I have a soft spot for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because I grew up with Lego Indiana Jones too.
Right. I agree. I didn't. I mean, like, yeah, like a lot of people they like to criticize it and whatnot, but I enjoyed I had the the Indiana Jones and like he was a little bit older, and then I had like a Shia LaBeouf like action figure with the leather jacket, and I had
I did too. Yeah.
Like I had these 2 action figures. You know what I mean? They were like, you know, it was just it's so nostalgic, and
I feel like people are like being too critical of the movie already. Like, first of all, this is one trailer. It's a minute 43 trailer, and like one poster is all we have right now in the title.
Yeah,
that's all the information we have on this movie right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people already are like, oh, well, this wouldn't be accurate. Indiana Jones wouldn't do it. It's like, first of all, we don't have the movie, so we don't know what's accurate or not. And second of all, like, these movies they're supposed to be like, not parodies of, but like they're the older ones are like, oh, this is like movie serials from the 30s and 40s. That's the style they're emulating. You know, Crystal Skull is like aliens and stuff,
right?
And that's set in like the 50s, and that's the kind of thing that was big in the 50s. So like, it makes like.
It makes sense that that's their focus. You
like
know what I mean?
they're not supposed to be like these big flawless like drama art house film. Like they're fun.
It's
and
action.
goofy.
It's blockbuster. It's exciting. You have your hero running from giant boulders and
I'm glad
Nazis.
I'm glad that they're kind of rebooting this along with like Pirates, because like kids nowadays like didn't grow up with like these types of like
heroes, iconic heroes.
I feel like I mean, if they didn't have these movies coming out, I don't think parents would show them these movies unless they were really into it. Like, because I don't think the kids would be into it, you know. So.
Yeah, I guess we were lucky with like where we did sort of like have some of like these remakes or like these sort of like these reboots or whatever sort of coming out when we were younger, so where it wasn't just like for our parents, you know what I mean? Like we sort of got Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, we got the, you know, the Jack Sparrow stuff, you know.
Yeah,
whatever that last other movie was called that they came out with recently. Not recently, but like I don't know.
Top Gun. No. Top Gun. Yeah, I am very, very much looking forward to this movie. I am tentatively very excited because this is the same director behind Logan and Ford versus Ferrari, which are both really good. Right. Spielberg has been described as a hands-on executive producer.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Harrison Ford coming back. He doesn't need to come back. He's choosing to come back,
which is good because I know with Han Solo, like he does not seem to like Star Wars. I don't know really like if he's made any comments about Indiana Jones, but like I'm sure he loves it because what a cool character. Yeah. Like I mean, that's so cool.
The way that I've heard it described is like Han Solo was kind of his like, oh, I'm paid to show up and like this is just like kind of the job kind of thing, and Indiana Jones was more like his creation because like you had
it was also like he was the main character in that. You know what I mean? Like that was his thing. Like
with Star Wars, you have George Lucas kind of controlling everything, and then I feel like he probably had more input on the character than Indiana Jones ones. You know, but probably because it is more just focused on him, aside from being like a big ensemble like. Oh, there's a ton of different things going on, and also just not being the main character, you know. So I am definitely looking forward to that. June 30th, 2023, you can count on me being there for opening day, probably.
Yeah, on the same day. On the same day, the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 came out.
Yeah.
Disney, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it must have been like some kind of like investor day or something. Because I don't know why because the Mandalorian Season 3 trailer came out that day too, I think.
Wow.
Or something came out
I didn't even see that.
Something came out with that, I think. Hold up.
I didn't even see that.
Let's stall while I look this up.
With Guardians, like, okay, so... can I talk about the trailer? I'm going to talk about the trailer.
Yeah.
So, at the second movie, the end credit scene, I don't know what they're called, the Gold People...
yeah.
They so the Guardians upset them, and now they're creating this super powerful guy who's played by I don't know. He was in the trailer.
Will Poulter, I think.
Yeah, he was in Maze Runner.
He's in Midsommar also.
Yeah.
I think.
So I guess he's playing this all powerful kind of being that the Gold Women created, because it's like a world of women, but they have this one guy, right? So he's in the movie. Pretty sure that Rocket is going to die in this one.
There was some in the trailer, there was those little emotional bits, and there was even I guess he said some kind of line where it was one last time.
Yeah.
You know, something and it was come on,
and it's always when you show the character's backstory when they're gonna die at the end.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
It looks like because you see Baby Rocket.
So they add more of the emotional context to it. Yeah.
And I was mentioning this to them when we were in the lobby. There's like this Marvel conspiracy theory where like the death matches the color of the title. So like since the first one was brown, like Groot died in that one. Since the second one was blue, Yondu. I don't know if you know Yondu, like the blue.
Yeah.
Yondu died.
Arrow
And now
guy.
since this one's like grayish, I think it's either gonna be Rocket or Drax.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it might be both.
Both.
Mm.
I wouldn't be
Because Dave
surprised.
Bautista already said this is going to be his last Marvel movie.
And that's
So
another
unless they
thing
write him
too.
out in some other weird way, he's going to die.
That's another thing with Marvel. Like these guys have been doing this for so many years.
Yeah.
It's like they want to brand. Like they're still they're still actors. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
not
still
like
actors, they're not
similar
getting
to
any
the
younger, too.
to the Tarantino conversation we had a little while ago. Like whenever that episode was. Like these people are they're not just the heroes that we see on the screen. They're professionals who want to advance their careers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they can't get trapped in these roles.
And he's been very underappreciated by the Marvel universe in general, Dave Bautista. Did he do that himself though? Like, do you remember he wasn't
What's
in
that?
What If? They like recast, like everyone came
He
back for
wasn't?
What If. You guys didn't know this?
He wasn't cast
For-
I
for
don't
for,
really
the, for
remember what-
voicing.
So,
He
when
didn't
What
voice
If-
Drax and what?
No, they recasted him, right?
What?
I'm
I
looking
didn't even
it up.
know
Hold
that.
up.
Well, I mean, I don't know about Marvel, but I
Hold
know
up.
that as a Marvel fan, like I greatly appreciate Dave Bautista.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he's
think he
one
got
of
in
the-
a. I think he got in a Twitter fight with somebody, and they just didn't. They neglected to tell him that they were doing What If, and they recasted him.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because he had no
that's so
clue. He had no
sad.
clue, and it was like this big whole thing because Chadwick was in it, and
Yeah, it wasn't
Oh.
Brad.
Yeah.
It wasn't Dave.
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't even
So
know that
I
happened.
Tom
wouldn't
Holland
doubt
wasn't
if he
in
would
What
want
If
to go.
He's ready to go.
Yeah.
That's so sad because Dave Bautista wasn't he like
He's great.
neglected by the WWE as well when he was a part of that or whatever?
No, he left.
Or he?
No, he just chose to leave to pursue acting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No, I like Dave Bautista.
Yeah,
I
he's
wish
really
he
good.
stayed around.
He's
but,
so
yeah.
funny in that role
He's coming
too.
out,
Like he's
which
very good.
me and Danny have this connection in our hometown. Dave Bautista was filming a movie with M. Night Shyamalan in our hometown at this like
Oh.
little
Yeah.
ice cream parlor.
Yep.
So look at
Fascinating.
him.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing. Was it Knock at the Cabin? I'm definitely seeing that just so I can be like, I know where that is.
Yeah, that and it's him and the Ron.
Yeah.
From Harry
Rupert
Potter.
Grint. Yeah. And M Night, one of the weirdest
One of the
directors.
most, yeah, I was gonna say.
With the weirdest arcs I've ever seen a director ever have.
Did you guys see Old? This is so off
I,
topic.
d-
but
I
you
did see Old. Yeah.
I didn't
I
see
didn't.
it yet.
Wow.
I don't. Was it good?
I just remember. I remember people
I was
coming out of the
described-
theater like.
I was described the whole plot, and then I was like, I could do without this. Like one of my
The
friends
whole
described
plot
it to
was
me.
in the trailer.
Right, right.
The trailer
like,
spoiled the movie.
right. Because the whole thing was like they go to a beach and that turns
and
them
then
old,
become
right?
and that's the whole movie.
Right.
Hmm.
That's
That
right.
was literally the entire.
They don't
movie.
even show them getting old.
No,
It
yeah,
just
it was
cuts
they
to
have it
them
off
with more
screen.
makeup on.
Oh my
I forgot
god.
about that.
It's so annoying.
Cuts
I
to
hate
them with more makeup.
Literally, yeah. It was. They didn't even
That's
de-age
great.
them or anything, or they just or up,
That
age
is
them
so
up or anything like
funny.
that. They literally just put makeup on. It was.
Oh, wow.
No, yeah. When I worked at the theater, that came out. I think like maybe the first month I worked, and I just remember people being so disappointed walking out the theater. They're like, "Don't go." I remember some old man coming up to me and be like, "Don't go
Old.
see that movie. Old. Look at that.
Wow.
Don't go see Old."
He,
I was
he
like,
only said that he went
"Wow,
in
look
as a
at
teenager.
that."
He went as a
He
teenager.
went-
He came out an old man.
Oh my god, I was so scared.
It's almost as if he knew.
He's like, "I was there. Don't go see it."
I was on the beach. Yeah, I believe. I'm hoping this is right. I think my one friend. I think that was their first M Night movie.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
That's
they
so
texted
sad.
me over the summer and was like, I just saw The Sixth Sense for the first time and it was really good. And I was like, wow, I can't believe you just saw that. Like, that's crazy. And they were like, yeah, the only other movie I saw with this director was Old. I was like,
Oof.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. So
I'm
Sixth
sorry.
Sense looks like amazing.
Yeah.
I know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
in comparison, yeah. I mean, listen, let's put it comparatively here. This director also made After Earth and The Last Airbender movie, which are both horrendous.
The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
was
the
so
live
bad.
action Last Airbender. So I think anything
They're-
can look good. in
Oh, they're
comparison.
actually. I think they're making
making
another.
another
like
one?
they're making one that's like, yeah, they're making like a live action one. I heard that somewhere. I swear.
Huh.
Maybe I could be totally wrong about that, but
Interesting.
I mean, I would see. It's so sad because that's such a cool universe. This is so.
Yeah,
off
we
topic.
so.
we're
I
so
don't know
sorry.
how we got
Yeah.
here.
Oh yeah. Also, I did look out. Mandalorian season 3's trailer did come out. I didn't watch it. It did come out the other day,
I
and
didn't
the
get
new
to see it.
season premieres on Disney Plus on March 1st. So that's coming up.
Is
Wow.
it still Pedro
That's
Pascal?
soon.
Yeah, it's still.
Wow.
Yeah,
Of course.
And
Love him.
Grogu, who we love, of course.
We love baby. People still call him Baby Yoda, and it bothers me so much because he's
used to
Grogu. He's got a
I'm used to
name,
Grogu
guys.
at this point.
I have like the little
Yoda's-
robot that rolls around. I got it for Christmas. I feel like I should bring it in
Bring
there.
it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, my girlfriend
Roll
got me
around.
like a giant. It's a Squishmallow, but it's Grogu.
I just got
Very fluffy.
a little Lego set.
Yeah.
A little like a little Mandalorian, a little
They
Grogu.
make
It's
Mandalorian
cute.
Legos. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I just received that.
Wait, that makes me think. With Indiana Jones coming out, we might get another Indiana Jones Lego line.
Oh,
that's
that'd be
so fun.
so
That'd be
sick.
great because those were great Lego sets. Back
I don't
in the
build
day.
I don't build Legos anymore, but I
Yeah,
love to
yeah.
if I'll get like a mini set or something, like I love
Yeah.
those.
My
Those are
problem is
cool.
like I just don't have room. Like honestly, that's my main issue. Is I just don't have room to put anything.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god, I had the
Yeah.
cutest like Thor Lego set of like his new Asgard house,
Oh,
and he's like got
yeah.
the pizza.
Yeah,
oh my
have
god, I
that.
love
That's
that one.
I have that somewhere in my
Yeah.
room.
Should we
I think.
continue?
I don't know
Speaking
if
of Legos,
Lego Movie 3.
Transformers.
Oh.
I don't know.
You're gonna say they're making a Lego Movie 3 or something.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
see it.
More Chris Pratt.
Transformers. I didn't see the Transformers trailer.
Yeah, so I did see the
Bryce.
trailer because I've always been a huge fan of all the Transformers movies. I love them so much.
Explain.
So I know for the past few years, like this franchise hasn't had the best reputation, and I completely understand that. But the reason why I'm optimistic about this one is because in this one, they finally brought back like the classic vintage look of Optimus Prime.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
But the way he looks from like the cartoons from like the '90s and the toys from the '90s, that's
Has
how
that
he
look.
looks now. He's
So
got
you're
that
excited-
vintage-
you're excited
I
about
am,
that.
because this is the look I've been waiting for.
R-
Like, I
oh.
wanted him to always look like
That's
this. so
interesting.
He finally does.
You know what's interesting because I saw people like a lot of people on Twitter were like going crazy because they're like, oh, downgrade, like this is not what Optimus we want. We want like they were showing the old one of him with all like the crazy buffed up
Yeah.
armor and everything, and then that one.
Yeah.
But I mean like I think that's cool because it's like it's nostalgic and everything. But I'm
That's
not
like a
super. I'm not
detail.
huge on
Yeah.
Transformers. Like I never thought they were like that. They weren't like. I don't know. I like action movies, but I didn't like.
I definitely
wasn't
need
a
to see
huge
these
fan.
though.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single one.
I don't
Yeah.
expect these to be better than like the Shia LaBeouf era, but
Okay.
I am optimistic about it just because
Optimistic.
I know you keep saying optimistic. I'm like Optimus
because
Prime.
like the CGI like with the Transformers, it always looks good. It never disappoints.
They,
So
I will say that, yeah, those movies do have.
They look good, yeah.
They look good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
the
for-
CGI looks good. I mean, they're not like from what I've seen, they're not like the most like well shot things in the world. But like, I mean, the animation and the special
Yeah.
effects do always look really good.
Mhm.
That is 100% true. I will
Right.
give Michael Bay that.
Autobots roll out.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Look at them like redoing all these like movies.
Yeah.
What was the last? When was the last Transformers? I don't want
Must
like
be
what was
like
it came
months?
out
24.
so it came out like 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's a lot
what?
sooner than I thought.
I
it
thought.
was.
I thought. Oh.
I thought that-
Yeah,
I have not. I've
Wait,
only.
who took on after Shia?
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
Mark
okay.
Wahlberg.
I'm like so out of the loop with the Transformers. All I've seen was the Shia LaBeouf one. I feel like that's literally
Because
like,
the whole
Yeah.
premise of these movies that they keep changing like the main character, like Shia LaBeouf was the main character,
And
he's,
like-
I feel like that
like-
should be how it is though, because the focus is the Transformers.
Right.
Because in the movie,
not the
like
people
in the movie,
formers.
like they all the Autobots is what they call them. Like they're all focused
Yeah.
on saving like one person. They're in one
Protecting
like,
one
protecting one person. That's Sam in the first.
Okay.
Then it was Mark Wahlberg. Now
wait.
it's-
So why do they protect just one person?
because they keep coming to their planet, and because they keep like
Oh,
in those movies,
so they leave and then come back for a little
because
bit.
in those movies, like I know you didn't see them, but in the
Yeah.
movie, like Shia LaBeouf like calls them on accident, and because
Yeah,
he called them-
I've seen
and
that, yeah.
because he calls them,
Yeah.
they're now like his protector, like
Oh,
they're with him, like they're
okay, I
with
get
him
it.
now because he called them.
Okay.
So it's like they're an ally. Like
Yeah, I have to
they're
watch these movies.
Yeah, that's so
so.
interesting.
All I know is like Michael Bay.
But now it's the guy. Now it's the guy from Hamilton. I don't know what his name.
Really?
Is.
Oh,
Lynn?
is
No,
it-
no, no. It's
Oh.
it's the guy who plays John Lawrence, or the guy.
Anthony Ramos? Is that his name?
I don't know.
Yes.
That's his
it
name.
might
I
be,
apologize
yeah.
if that's not or if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I don't know you.
We kept bringing up Chris Pratt here.
We did.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
Guardians, but
So
now he's in something different.
something which will be far more of a cultural achievement.
This is gonna be so
Yeah.
Best
fascinating.
role.
It's
also,
the super.
Mario.
What was it with last week with so many trailers coming out?
Yeah, this was
Right?
so
Like, why?
just recently the second Super
Wait,
Mario Brothers
you know why
trailer
it
came
is?
out. What's that?
Avatar.
What?
That's coming out, so all the trailers want to come out before that, so it can get attached to Avatar.
Oh, that's so
That's
smart.
probably what it is.
What?
I guarantee it. Whenever someone goes to see Avatar, verify this.
That's such a bright realization.
I guarantee.
No, I'm gonna go see that on opening day.
That all of these are going to be.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna see it over break. I hope to see it over break because like. Literally, the only reason I'm interested in seeing it is because I did the Avatar ride in Disney. If I hadn't done that, then I would have no interest.
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
I just need to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, same. Because I didn't see the original one because I was like 2. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh yeah, how do we
Mario
get?
trailer.
Okay, Mario.
Super Mario Brothers. Chris Pratt.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah,
Anya
we got
Taylor-Joy.
to see more
As
of
Peach.
everyone's
I
character.
love Anya Taylor-Joy.
Last time was just a bit of a teaser. This time we got to see.
She
more,
had like
so.
full words.
Yeah. So let's start with her. What do we think about?
She actually spoke.
What do we think? So I think we all can agree. Anya Taylor-Joy, pretty great actress. I think.
The Menu. I just saw the menu with her. She was so good.
She's in
Last Night in Soho. Last Night in Soho.
Last Night in Soho. The Witch.
The Witch.
The Northman. You know.
The Northman.
Oh, she was so good in the Northman.
She was good in the Northman. That's true. Which is on Amazon Prime now, so maybe I'll rewatch that one of these days.
Yeah.
But she is Princess Peach. So what do we think? Because we actually got to. First of all, did everyone see this? Bryce,
Yeah.
Did you watch this? Okay.
So
What do we think about her performance from what we saw, for the trailer?
I think I feel like she definitely just kind of she kind of fits it. You know what I mean? Like I could easily have, if you told me like, oh yeah, like this is, I don't know, like if I was a casting director, I feel like that makes so much sense. You know what I mean? I have my qualms with Chris Pratt, but Anya Taylor-Joy, I'm cool with it.
Will get
She's
Chris Pratt
probably,
in a
I think
second.
Anya Taylor-Joy is probably one of the most, probably the best casted role. So as of what we know so far from that movie.
Wait, who plays Bowser?
Seth Rogen.
No, Jack
Oh,
Black.
Jack Black.
Seth
Sorry.
Rogen is
He sounded good.
Donkey Kong.
Oh,
Right, you're right.
I've
I
not
reversed
heard
them.
any of his vocal performances.
Right, that's
so
right.
Jury's still out on whether or not
That'll
that's
be
a good-
interesting.
Yeah. So Anya Taylor-Joy.
Jack Black was good.
Jack
It sounds
Black,
good
we
with
saw
Bowser.
him in the first trailer, and we got a little bit more of him in this one, so we know
Yeah.
he's going to kill it, obviously.
I think
You know who's not going to kill it?
Mr. Pratt.
Mr. Pratt himself.
Pratt.
The main character, the title
Yeah.
role.
They should have made it Robert De Niro, and then they should have did they should have made it like a Super Mario Brothers gangster,
Oh my
Super
God.
Super Mario Mafia,
Super Mafia Brothers.
Super Mafia Brothers. Yeah, Super Mafia Brothers.
I love how they had like a little homage to the old games, like with the Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I used to play that game all the time.
They had Mario Kart.
There was Mario Kart in the
Kart.
trailer.
They went on Rainbow Road, which, as we all know, is
That's
the
so
worst
good.
track in the game.
Oh.
Best one.
I could never
No.
play that. Coconut Mall, on the other hand.
Coconut Mall was a great map. That one, Toad's Fact. Anyway, we're getting off topic. This is not a gaming show.
I will say though that these visuals though, I'm liking
looks
what I'm
really
seeing.
good.
Yeah.
I'm really
The
liking
the
it.
I
animation
love
style,
it.
like it looks. I'm kind of shocked by how good it looks.
I'm actually very, very pleased with that style that they chose.
This
I really
is
enjoy
going to be a movie where it's going to be impossible for us in the general audience to lose, because it's either going to be like an actually good movie, or it's going to be bad but really funny to laugh at.
Yeah.
So either way, it's going to be fun.
Right.
We can't lose.
Yeah, it's.
I feel like it
I'm
gives
excited.
Wreck-It
I think it's
Ralph.
fun.
Like I feel like it'll be like a
Yeah.
fun
I agree.
kind of-
Yeah.
It kind of has that vibe. Yeah.
I just don't like the fact how Luigi and Mario are two, like they're so different from one another in this. Like for example, like Luigi is Charlie Day.
Mhm.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
Mhm.
he's good. I think
he's good.
I mean,
He's good.
we got like 2 lines from him in this, which
But
is
I-
still more than the last one. But
he is good, but compared to like Chris Pratt's Mario, like I feel like they're just
Nah,
completely
yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And they're brothers, so it's
Right.
like
Right.
Chris Pratt is still. I'm not sold on Chris Pratt still. I don't think anybody is sold on.
It
Chris
just seems
Pratt
like
yet.
his. I feel like his vocals still feel like they seem, even just in the trailer, like they just feel like a little all over the place for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's not. It seems like he's like, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he's sticking to one thing. Granted, we haven't seen the whole film.
Mhm.
You know, we're just getting tidbits. So maybe
Yeah.
there's something.
I don't know. They must have just heard
Around
him in like the Lego Movie, and we're like, oh, this guy can voice act.
Yeah.
Like,
I like him in the Lego Movie, but again, that's
It's
not
not a-
Mario.
it's
Oh,
Mario
something that I
sound, yeah.
was pleased with. They did in the second trailer. We got a Wahoo,
We did get a Wahoo.
and I
was it good though?
actually thought it was
I thought
good.
a pretty good Wahoo.
I thought it was a good
to
Wahoo.
to the extent where it doesn't sound like Chris Pratt and it sounds like somebody else.
I don't know. I've been seeing those TikToks where they like compare it to other languages, and like the other languages sound so much better.
Hmm.
Yeah, because other languages, when they're doing dubs, they're not casting it based on like celebrities, and they're
Oh,
just
yeah, you're right.
picking
You're
people to
right.
fit the role.
Right.
Because they don't have to
Here
worry
in
about it. Yeah.
here in the U.S. at Hollywood,
Yeah.
we love to cast people who
Oh,
everyone
yes.
knows,
Oh yes, we do.
because that's how you make a good movie.
Should we run
All right.
through the last two?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
let's-
have
we
two
can
more-
breeze through
two more
these.
trailers to talk about, and then we have some more stuff to talk about.
Tell me about this bear.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have a bear.
I have no
who
clue.
Likes Coca-Cola.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Elizabeth Banks is directing.
Wait, Elizabeth Banks is directing
yeah.
it?
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Elizabeth Banks is set to direct Cocaine Bear.
So it's like an actual movie.
No, it's real.
I know it's real, but it's like an actual movie.
Yeah. No, it's
My God.
I think with the this trailer looks really fun. It looks exciting.
It does look fun. Yeah.
It looks, you know what I mean? Like it's not.
I'm very much looking forward to
It's
this.
you know, it's not going to be anything like the Fablemans. It's not. It's not Bones and All, but I'm sure it's as gruesome.
Oh my god.
You know, it's no drama. It's no Steven Spielberg.
Oh,
You know,
it
it's
has Ray Liotta in it.
this is actually so yeah. So I was going to mention that this is one of the last, or I guess maybe the last role that we're going to see from Ray Liotta. As we know, unfortunately, he did pass away last year. I believe it was May 26th, 2022.
Yeah.
Is this
I
a
remember
true
where I was.
story?
when
This
it
was
happened.
very
That 6
yeah.
months.
Cocaine Bear is based on a true story.
Wow.
So this bear, I guess the premise is this bear spots some drug dealers in the woods, eats a pound of cocaine, and has a great time in the woods. You know, it's like Yogi Berra, but like crazier.
It's gonna be.
It's cracked out Yogi Bear. That's what it is.
It's
I
gonna
said
be
it.
a
I said it.
very interesting time.
Yep, it'll be fun. I don't really have much to say about this one, but I saw the trailer pop up on my feed this morning or earlier today.
Why is this?
So this is this is interesting. Maybe our female base would appreciate this, but
Never
that's a
seen this.
generalization.
I've
I
never
don't.
seen this.
I apologize for making
I'm sorry.
generalizations. I maybe no one's gonna like it. I don't know. Teen Wolf, the movie. New trailer has been released.
I feel like they've been. Is
whatever.
that even real? Like, did they ever come
I-
out with a movie for that?
I felt No, there was never. This is the first movie, so I guess it was just like a.
I feel like my entire
What is
life.
Teen Wolf?
I have no clue.
I don't even know what it is. I'm gonna be honest. I just put it
was
down
like
there
a
because
Disney Channel
I
I know
it's
what it is.
coming
It's
from Paramount Plus.
The original Teen Wolf. It's a movie from the '80s with I think Michael J. Fox.
Oh.
So I guess it's a remake or something.
Are you sure it's not the
The
show?
trailer said Teen Wolf. It said Teen Wolf the movie though. Like
It's,
Maybe.
it's
I
probably
don't
it's
know.
probably the show with
Did they do a show too?
Teen
no,
Wolf.
it's like a show about like
the
these
movie.
these guys in high school who are werewolves. What's the guy?
Yeah, 2023. Teen Wolf the movie. This is what I'm talking about
Who's
here.
the main character?
Dylan
O'Brien?
Tyler Posey.
Who's Dylan O'Brien? I don't know.
What?
I can't remember. Like,
Runner.
I can't put my.
The Maze Runner?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not in this though.
We should do a whole episode on like young adult.
Wait, he's not
like,
in that?
Hunger Games, Maze Runner, The Giver.
Yes,
No.
he's in it. Teen Wolf.
Divergent.
What are you guys looking
Let me
at?
see.
Is this?
I'm looking at this.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a picture of
We seem to
Dylan
have some
O'Brien.
Oh my
discrepancy
gosh.
over who
That's
is in-
that's Tyler Posey.
Both in it.
Fraud.
That scared me. Like, I thought my brain was like going
We
crazy.
seem to have some disagreements over who was actually in the Teen Wolf movie.
No, it's
Both of them. They look the same though.
it's Tyler Posey. Yeah, I'm right. I knew it was right.
Y'all are going way too.
Teen
in
Wolf
depth.
the movie.
You're
Why are we still talking about this?
secret-
This movie is
you're
gonna be
secret
so
Teen
bad,
Wolf
probably.
fan.
I'm just guessing. I'm
Should
not
we go
gonna
into
watch
our big,
this.
beefy
Do
topic?
we want to go into a break or do we want to go into our big beefy
Let's
topic?
take a little
Do
break.
we want to take a quick little break?
Let's take a quick
Okay,
little
so
break.
we're gonna
Can you?
take-
Can I make a
Can you play the
request for a
Guardians?
song?
Request?
The
Sure.
Guardians.
Oh, I was
Oh,
gonna
okay,
say
go.
in the Indiana Jones music.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
The Indiana
okay.
Jones theme.
Okay, I can
Since we were talking about Indy
Yeah, yeah.
5.
Hunt it down. Someone stall while I find it on.
Okay, I'm gonna stall.
Stall.
All right.
Oh, well.
Teen
wait.
Wolf is
Okay.
a movie. It says, here's the synopsis for you: a terrifying evil has emerged, and the wolves howl once again. Only a werewolf like Scott McCall can gather both new allies and reunite trusted friends to fight back against what could be the most powerful and deadliest enemy.
Brilliant.
That told me
Brilliant.
nothing.
Yep.
So this is, I mean, we're going back, I guess, only one weekend. This was last weekend, I guess, because it's a Sunday right now. Or, I mean, if you're listening on the Spotify or the YouTube, I guess maybe you're listening to this another time. I don't know. But currently it's a Sunday. So last weekend was Thanksgiving weekend. And usually Thanksgiving weekend is a pretty strong weekend at the box office,
Yeah.
right? Usually, you know, regardless of whether or not there's actually... you know, any big blockbusters out. Usually that's when a lot of award movies come out. You've got, families home, everything like that. So basically everyone's going to be home and, looking for something to do. So usually, and you've got Black Friday, people are out shopping, maybe they want to go see a movie, However, last weekend was, I believe, the worst weekend in Thanksgiving box office history. The number one highest grossing movie in the country was Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, which only made $45 million, which is if this number's correct, a 31% drop from the previous weekend, which was its opening weekend, I think.
That's right.
In second place, not nearly as bad as its second place, which was Disney and Pixar's Sorry, not Pixar's. I just messed it up. We were just talking about that. Disney's Strange World, which, it has received no promotion at all, debuted in second with a gross of $12 million.
Ooh.
In its first weekend. And I don't know, do we have a number for this?
Yeah, so this weekend, as of 11:46 a.m., December 4th, $25 million domestically.
Oh my god. And that's in total.
Yeah. Did I say 24? 25 million, whatever.
And that's in total.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the budget for this movie was probably in the hundreds of millions.
It was pretty up there.
Yeah. Third place was Knives Out 2 Glass Onion, which, may I remind you, is a Netflix movie, which almost cracked 10 million. So Disney is only barely ahead of Netflix, which is really interesting. And then you have movies like Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans, you have The Menu, Bones and All, which all came out, which debuted to kind of catastrophic numbers. For example, Fabelmans, Spielberg has done his... we talked about the Indiana Jones movies, he's also done Jaws, all those movies, big blockbuster movies.
Yeah, Jurassic.
Fabelmans debuted to, I hate saying this, $2.3 million.
Oh my gosh.
Over Thanksgiving weekend.
I didn't even know it came out.
$2.3 million
for Steven Spielberg.
For Spielberg.
For arguably the most recognizable and well-known director ever.
Yeah.
One of the greatest cinematic auteurs in the history of film. Can't even bring in double digits.
Now keep in mind that it debuted. It was at number 7 that week, and it has already slid down to 17th place. So it dropped 10. It dropped 10 slots in the last weekend.
Yeah, that's so
what
sad.
do we think about this just as a whole? I know Andrew, you and me have talked about this a little bit the other day, but Ella, Bryce, what do you guys think about this?
So I definitely noticed. So I was gonna talk about my AMC experience because I worked Thanksgiving last year.
Yeah, how
and I remember because I worked Thanksgiving Day and then I worked Black Friday night, and it was packed.
What was out that?
I was just trying to figure out. I think it was around King Richard, Eternals. It was probably still playing.
So similar movies
Ghostbusters.
That we have right now, then.
Yeah.
Where there's a couple big blockbusters and some more Oscar bait.
House of Gucci, Encanto. This was a
Disney
week
movie that barely got any promotion. Yeah. Okay. So what?
But
what's happening?
I remember it being super packed, and then we were talking about this in the group chat how this weekend when we all went home to go see movies I could go to the box office and get a good seat at Black Panther. There was nobody in Bones and All. Nobody was seeing that. I don't know about The Menu, but it was just and when I went in, there was no lines, which is so uncalled. I would never see that, especially at a nighttime showing. There would always be a line out the door. So it was very weird to see how after quarantine, how bad the streaming has made movie theaters crash.
It really is streaming because I know Strange World. This is also just the fact that Disney. I haven't seen a single trailer for this movie. Disney Plus. I think most people are probably just waiting for, and also to an extent Black Panther probably too. Had great opening weekend, then dropped 30% between its first weekend and its next weekend.
Yeah, a lot of people. They're just waiting for stream.
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing.
Which is really
so. My biggest thoughts on this are, I think that this was totally coming. This was very predictable. You know what I mean? This was we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
When the streaming services got very popular.
Yeah, I gave a whole speech on this in my my fundamentals of speech class 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
On this is something that's going to happen in the near future. I didn't think it was literally a month later.
No. Yeah, we're in it. It's happening right now. But here's the thing. the pandemic promoted these streaming services because everyone's stuck at home. No one can go to the theaters. So you have already what's something that might have taken, 10 to 15 years is now taking 5 to 10 years. And by what I mean by that is the complete dismissiveness of the movie theaters, of the need to go to the movie theaters.
I feel like what's going to also happen is I feel like it's going to be, people aren't going to go to the movie theaters as much, which means that they're then going to raise their prices more. On top of just inflation still being bad and making things more expensive as is.
And then
even less people are going to go, which means they're going to keep raising the prices even more, and it's just going to be a complete mess.
I remember walking into work one day and seeing the tickets go from like 10 to 15.
Yeah.
And people always are like, why are your tickets so expensive? It's just like...
Yeah.
And
this is
it's
why
like it's corporate.
so
It's not me.
crazy.
It's
I'm like,
corporate.
oh my gosh.
This is
all you
why
could say.
this is why it's important to support the Claridge and stuff
corporate,
like that.
guys.
Is because it's like
it's the FCC.
Yeah, it's the FCC. Hello, FCC. How are you on this fine evening? Yeah,
and like.
And sorry to cut you
No,
off.
you're fine.
Families are probably one of the biggest supporters of movie theaters. Like you take your kids to the theaters. You know what I mean? You're paying for a ton of tickets, but you can't have that anymore because the prices are too high. So so I know
what's interesting about that is like I know that Strange World is on its way to being a catastrophic failure. I think the last estimate I saw was it's going to lose between 100 and 160 million at the bottom, which is I can't even put in words how horrendous that is
really
for Disney.
Disney.
That is a complete and utter failure. The Buzz Lightyear movie also was a pretty giant flop earlier this year. And, also big family movie. So there is that argument. But also then around the same time as that, you had Minions Rise of Gru, which made almost $1 billion.
Yeah.
See, so the biggest thing is that's a marketing thing. You have look at the TikToks and everything that are coming out there.
You know what I heard though? It makes me sad because I've noticed that like when Buzz Lightyear came out, the Facebook moms were livid about the kiss
the 2 second
lesbian
that had
kiss
no
scene.
impact on the plot.
And this film
Seriously.
Strange World is about it has like a gay character in it
as like the main
and it's
character,
about global warming. Those are two things that Facebook moms would be livid about. So I don't think they because of the backlash of Lightyear didn't
It's 2022 people. What the heck?
Like,
that's ridiculous.
Or if you are going to complain about it, just don't go see the movie. Like, why are you making other?
Right.
Why are you giving such a bad stigma around it so that's making other people not want to see the movie? Like, stop it.
Those are the issues. Yeah. The biggest thing is like, okay, if it's not
the moral implications of this all day, but
if it's not a fun meme that young people will connect with, then your movie's like probably gonna flop. You know what I mean? Like no one's pulling up to playing Yeet and going with suits on, going to see the Fablemans. You know, like, what?
Yeah, right.
I think here's the other issue with, I mean, not so much like the Fableman side of that, but with the animated stuff is like for Disney movies, right? There's basically a built-in guarantee that a month and a half later, it's going to be for free on Disney Plus because that's that's what Disney has said we're doing is like 45 days after it's released, theatrically it's going to be on Disney Plus. Whereas you have things like Minions and also Top Gun Maverick is almost in the top 10 highest grossing movies of all time. You have Spider-Man No Way Home last year is in like the top 5, I think, or it's pretty close to the top 5. Mm-hmm. None of those are out on streaming right now for free.
There you go.
Or at the very least, I don't know if that's 100% correct, but none of them announced ahead of time, oh, it's going to be on streaming like on this platform on this day, blah, blah. I think because I know that's a fact because I just saw that like Top Gun just got like its streaming date announced. It's like next year or something like that on Paramount or something. Yeah, and I know Spider-Man's not free anywhere still. I don't know about Minions.
I don't think Minions.
That also
quality of like how big the movie gets also affects how long it's in the theaters.
Correct.
Too, because I remember like my boss like. I'm guessing right now he put Strange World in the big theater for like maybe a week and then he put it into the small theater and then it's being kicked out next week. Like I remember Top Gun, we had Top Gun out for so long, like the extended time, and then so many people came to see it. Every single night was packed for months.
To be fair,
they kept putting it in the theaters. So it was like that's also sad for movies that like Strange World and Fablemans that don't get hype. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be in the theaters for long.
I feel like also it's like people this could be just because of like ticket price, but I also think internet culture is like for Marvel movies, for example, it's like you want to be there opening weekend so you don't get it spoiled or whatever because of the way the internet just is these days. And then because we're seeing after that opening weekend, Black Panther still doing pretty well, still grossing almost 50 mil domestically or international. I don't actually remember which one that was, but a 31% drop. A 31% drop after its first weekend, which is pretty huge. I mean, that's not the biggest box office drop that we've seen all year. I know the most recent Michael Myers Halloween movie dropped like 80-something% after its opening weekend, which was also catastrophic. But it's just it's one of the biggest things for me is part of the there's always been an experience around going to the theaters, and there's always been that like, oh, we're gonna go get our popcorn, get our sodas, we got my group together. I remember like before we had cars, we had our parents drop us off, bless them, thank you, like, you know what I mean? Like they brought us there. Mom, can you go take us to this one movie?
You would go to the mall and then you'd see the movie theater and you just go in and see a movie. Like it doesn't matter. Like
I remember the days when tickets weren't online. You had to go ahead. You had to go and remember no assigned seating.
And now it's like I used to like always I would see every single Marvel movie with my parents, and then I came back and my parents were like, no, like we can't afford to go see it with you. Like I had to go see Black Panther by myself. Like it's just like annoying.
I had a lot of fond movie theater memories, and now it's like seeing Cats on the big screen in a basically empty theater with my my two friends, seeing Endgame opening weekend
with a packed house.
With a packed house, even though I was in the front row and was like sitting like this the entire time.
And let me tell you something. This is that there's a communal experience around going to the movie theaters that in the future we are no longer going to get. There was something so exciting and exhilarating about being in a packed house. Getting like even with the most recent, probably one of the most recent movies was either Wakanda Forever or the movie Smile, when I saw them both on very early on, and there were packed houses. Now, granted, Smile wasn't the greatest movie I know, but it was this experience where like everybody's going through the same thing with you, and there's something so powerful about that when you're sitting at home and you're on your laptop watching it on stream. You know what I mean? It's not the same when when you're watching it with your family as a big group. There's still a difference because you're not getting this resonating, amazing sound. You know what I mean? Right? It's different.
We
it's
talked
just
about
different.
This in our first episode when we talked about our favorite movies. Although I talked about it a little bit. One of my favorite movies is Synecdoche, New York. Right. Mm-hmm. And so I've seen that movie probably like a dozen times at this point.
Wow, that's a
that's a lot.
In-depth movie.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very like
movie.
heavy.
I know.
It's a heavy film.
Well, what does that tell you about me? I'm just insane. No. I enjoy being hurt. No.
Danny, are you okay? Guys, it's time. We have a talk.
Yeah.
Intervention. No, but seen a bunch of times. On my laptop, stuff like that. Really good movie, but then it was at the Montclair Film Festival. Yeah. And I got to see it on a big screen, and it's a completely different feeling.
Yeah.
And I got like a whole new level of appreciation for it that you don't get. Another thing I'm going to be able to judge that on is Glass Onion, because I saw that in the
that was probably
Film
so
Festival,
good.
And then that's going to be on Netflix like a month from now.
I'm going to be
It's later this month.
That's why I'm like,
it's on Christmas. I think.
Like. During Spider-Man, like seeing Spider-Man opening weekend, like being there when everybody's screaming and
my movie theater
freaking out. Yeah.
I had to like go see it in the theaters like a couple times. No, it was mine was so good.
For mine, the only people that got even mild applause were Toby, Andrew, and then the person who got the biggest applause was Daredevil. And even then, it was like a woo, yeah.
I love it. Like so it's like I have to go see the movie as many times as I can, like opening weekend, because I will never watch it at home because it won't I won't be able to like.
It's not the same. Yeah.
I have a video actually on my phone. I recorded when Andrew Garfield and Toby were going through the portal.
Yeah. We do not condone piracy. We do not condone piracy.
Yeah, that's true.
We do not.
However, what was in the video?
You can hear the people screaming in it.
But the thing is,
so nice. Like you're lucky you captured that because that's historic. That's a historical document.
You did the backflip video?
No. I wish that was me. But the screaming goes on for so long to the point where you can actually hear people telling other people to shut up.
To shut up.
The screaming goes on for so long.
Oh my god! Because they were so excited.
I bawled my eyes out. Yeah, even though I knew it was coming, just the feeling was just like...
That was kind of like... My Endgame experience was great. I remember when, everyone's coming out of the portals and everything. I remember literally everyone stood up when Spider-Man swung in. I remember I looked behind and literally everybody was on their feet. I was like, this is an event.
Do you remember, like, the silence when the snap happened? Like, my entire theater was like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
when like everybody when Thanos snapped. But then also Tony when he did that too. Yeah. That was bad.
When Captain America got the hammer, whoa! My mind was like, yes, I knew it. I was that. I was so excited. Anyway, well, listen, folks. Listen, folks. Get ready because that's no more. We bring you to the new digital age of streaming.
Yeah, theaters are getting. It's gonna. I'm so excited.
Buy your tickets for movie theaters on Zoom. Everyone's in their squares.
You're gonna have to sit there and watch, like, seeing the videos on TikTok of like.
Do that actually.
Please let's not
do that. I know, like A24. I love you, A24. But paying $30 to watch The Witch, a 6-7-year-old movie through Zoom with a bunch of people through like your streaming rooms or whatever. What? Why would I do that?
Everyone's mics are on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So
you get the full, like, you can hear all their popcorn crunching, and you know, like the kid,
the kid's crying.
There's like instead of the kid kicking the seat, it's like he's just like turning his camera on and off. You know what I mean? It's like, this is so distracting. I love it. No, I miss that.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah, that's the point that we're getting to, unfortunately.
Just like the good old days.
It's very sad. I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that movie theaters stay a thing. Yeah. But I'm also worried it's going to get to the point where it's going to be like concert tickets, where they're going to be like thousands of dollars to see like one movie.
I mean, at this point, like...
Looking at you, Taylor.
It's so sad. I had this dream of like one day like owning my own movie, like small little movie theater one day. You know what I mean? Like, it's so sad.
Like, you know how like the famous people get to like watch the movies weeks before? Like, I want that to be me. Like,
yeah.
I mean, listen, that stuff will still be a thing probably.
For them.
Yeah.
Right.
For the general public, will movie theaters still be a thing? Probably, but Here's the other thing we have to think about is with box offices rotting and withering on the vine like immediately, right? Does that mean budgets are going to get smaller for movies?
Oh yeah,
because if there's not, because like I don't know like the ins and outs of how like streaming movies make money, right? Like I don't know how that works.
But here's the thing though, I don't believe that movie theaters will die out because you have people like us that enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, because
but is that enough though? That's the question. It's like, are people like us? Is there enough of people like, you know, who are deeply invested, are like, oh, let's go see.
I don't think there is.
Banshees of Inisherin or whatever.
I don't think there is because I saw the menu and I saw Bones and All on the same day, and those theaters were ridiculously, and even just like in general, like I went on a Friday night to the movie theaters, and the place is like. It's like a ghost town. Like there's people walking around, but I used to walk into the. Listen, I used to walk into the movie theaters, and I would, you know, on a Friday night. I
missed the long lines of the popcorn.
Right, it's like, oh no, we're gonna miss our movie because the line is too long. No, that doesn't happen anymore. You go to the movies, and you can buy your ticket 10 minutes before the show starts, get a great seat, and get your popcorn all within that time frame.
Yeah, I remember I saw Bones and All. It was me and my mom, and then this old guy to my left. That was it.
Yeah,
that's what was also interesting. I saw. Last week, you saw Banshees with me.
Yeah, we saw Banshees.
And then I also saw The Fabelmans, and it was like, you were there for Banshees. It was decently like not like packed or anything like that, but like there were a decent amount of people there. But it's not like a super lively where it's like it's just there's other people who are here.
But let's preface because in terms of the Banshees, like like these seats are pretty filled. But one also like that theater is like smaller comparatively to a Cinemark or AMC or wherever you're go. You know what I mean? Like it's like a small business theater. It's not like a, you know what I mean? It's a local theater. It's nothing like a corporate or anything. So imagine these smaller theaters. So really, realistically, you put those amount of people into the AMC, like when I saw Bones and All, it was the same thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It just felt like not as crowded because
it's more spread out.
It's more spread out, and
And really, the problem with this issue is that like there's really nothing we can even like say like, oh, if we just do this, because like millions of people
if we all
would
say,
all
hey,
need to just say, let's go see a movie all the time in order to stop the box office from dying, and that's not going to happen.
Right.
You know. So I guess all we really can say is like, if there's something you're interested in seeing.
And the people who
please go see it. That's not a call to action, but like movie theaters are honestly like in danger.
Right.
I think, and
they're an endangered species, and
we're able to, and like
for people like us who not only enjoy going to movies but hope to make a career out of this sort of thing. It's like it's heartbreaking. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because this is like what we have to look forward to is getting our picture that we worked on in the movie theaters. We that's what we that's what we want to be able to look forward to. That's you know what I mean?
Sharon Tate, like I want to like sit in the movie theater and see everybody's thing.
Right.
But,
yeah, like Once Upon a Time, exactly. That's,
yeah.
You want
maybe let's keep our feet in our shoes when we're watching a movie in public.
Yeah. I've seen a couple toes out.
Oh. Okay.
I cannot believe we are officially at midnight already.
I know, right?
We've had a lot to talk
about.
Wow.
How does
the box office is crazy?
We really, Leslie, I don't know if you're listening to this. You probably aren't, but can you please give us a 2-hour time slot?
We want more time.
We put in the work.
Yeah, please.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is going to be the end of our show. Does anyone have any closing remarks?
Bye.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
If you would like to, if you are interested in watching back, we do have we are on Spotify, we are on YouTube. I think we're on something else too. I feel like also I don't know. I think just when it's on Spotify, I think it just goes on every other streaming thing too. So if you are interested, or if you know someone that you think would be interested in hearing about movies, thank you for listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This has been Movies Till Midnight. Have a great rest of your day.